Avowed is an upcoming first-person fantasy action RPG developed by Obsidian Entertainment. Set in the world of Iora, the same universe as the Pillars of Eternity series, the game invites players to explore the Living Lands, a mysterious island filled with adventure and danger. Players can engage in combat using magic, melee weapons, and firearms, with the flexibility to switch between first-person and third-person perspectives. The narrative is shaped by player choices, offering a rich, story-driven experience.
So that those who remain standing can shape its future.
They both deceive you. There is more wonder in this world than eyes alone can see. You must open yourself to its mysteries. Tend to its purpose, no matter how wild. And become what the Living Lands truly needs. Its protector.
The first Berserker Khazan is a hardcore action role-playing game developed by Neopal and published by Nexon. Players assume the role of Khazan, the great general of the Pel-Los Empire, who has overcome death and seeks to uncover the events leading to his downfall and exact vengeance on his enemies. The game features fast-paced, challenging combat reminiscent of titles like Dark Souls and Sekiro, with a distinctive anime-inspired art style. A demo is set to be released on January 16, 2025, allowing players to experience the game's mechanics ahead of its full launch. GreedFall 2, The Dying World is an action role-playing game developed by Spiders and published by Nacon. Serving as a prequel to the original GreedFall, the game transports players to the Old Continent, a land plagued by war and the Malachor epidemic. Players assume the role of a native of Tyr Frady, forcibly taken to the continent, where they must navigate a complex web of alliances, political intrigue, and combat to regain their freedom. The game emphasizes player choice, allowing for various approaches to quests and character development.
Discover their stories and make them a part of your group as you explore new realms together. Forge meaningful bonds, or even romances, as you get closer to them and learn more about their background. You are the author of your own legend, Donigad. Choose and master the path of the sage you want to be. Whether through diplomacy, bargaining, stealth, or your keen sense of observation, your tracking vision may reveal clues in your environment. Use your talents, craft new tools, and get help from your companions to increase your odds of success. Of course, the use of force is always an option, to adopt as you see fit.
Xenoblade Chronicles, X's Definitive Edition is an enhanced remaster of the 2015 open-world action RPG developed by Monolith Soft. Set on the alien planet Mira, players join the human colony of New Los Angeles, exploring vast landscapes and piloting giant mechs, known as Skells. This edition features improved graphics, updated character models, and additional story content, providing both new and returning players with an enriched experience.
Together, we resolve to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may. New LA was our beautiful lie to ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is an innovative turn-based role-playing game developed by Sandfall Interactive and published by Kepler Interactive. Set in a dark fantasy world inspired by Belle Epoque France, the game follows Expedition 33, a group of adventurers on a mission to confront the enigmatic paintress, whose godlike powers threaten humanity. The game introduces real-time mechanics into traditional turn-based combat, enhancing immersion and engagement. Players must master defensive, reaction-based actions to protect their party from formidable enemies, with all attacks being either dodged or parried. This evolution of JRPGs allows for crafting unique builds for your expeditioners that fit your playstyle via gear, stats, skills, and character synergies. The Outer Worlds 2 is the forthcoming sequel to Obsidian Entertainment's acclaimed first-person sci-fi RPG. Set in the Arcadia star system, a new colony entirely colonized by mega-corporations, the game introduces players to a fresh cast of characters and environments. Players assume the role of a daring Earth Directorate agent tasked with uncovering the source of devastating rifts threatening humanity. The investigation leads to Arcadia, home of skip drive technology, where the fate of the colony and ultimately the entire galaxy rests on the player's decisions. The game promises to expand upon its predecessor with more action, an increased arsenal of weapons, and enhanced graphics.
Because the developers haven't finished the design, or finished the story, or finished any gameplay that's actually ready to show. In fact, the only thing they have finished is the title.
The Outer Worlds 2 is
Where Winds Meet is an open-world action-adventure RPG developed by Everstone Studio and published by NetEase Games. Set during China's 5 Dynasties and 10 Kingdoms period, the game immerses players in a land marked by war and political upheaval. Players assume the role of a wandering swordsman, navigating a richly detailed world inspired by traditional wuxia tales. The game emphasizes freedom of choice, allowing players to engage in various activities such as practicing martial arts, exploring diverse landscapes, and interacting with a dynamic environment. The combat system is designed to be fluid and responsive, incorporating elements of traditional Chinese martial arts. Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector is the sequel to the acclaimed 2022 RPG. Citizen Sleeper, developed by Jump Over the Age and published by Fellow Traveler. Set in the Starward Belt, a collection of habitats within an asteroid field, players inhabit the role of a sleeper, an emulated human consciousness in an artificial body who has escaped servitude. The game builds upon its predecessor's tabletop-inspired mechanics, featuring dice-driven decision-making that influences the narrative and character development. Players will navigate complex relationships, manage resources, and explore a richly detailed sci-fi universe filled with secrets and diverse characters striving to survive on the fringes of society.
With that drone. Stop the whole thing blowing up in our faces. Or Eugene. He's a loudmouth, but he's tough as hell. Although he did forget to tell us about Vesna. Or we find someone new, but new crew have new problems. The belt is wide, Sleeper. And whatever comes at us next, just remember, nothing in the belt ever runs smooth.
Suikoden E and a TUI HD remaster, Gate Rune and Dunan Unification Wars is a forthcoming collection that revitalizes two classic role-playing games from the late 1990s. Developed and published by Konami, this remaster enhances the original titles with updated graphics, improved sound, and modernized gameplay features, aiming to introduce these beloved stories to a new generation of players. The first game, Suikoden, centers on the political intrigues and wars within the Scarlet Moon Empire, following the journey of a young hero who becomes a leader of a revolutionary army. Suikoden 2 continues the saga, focusing on the Dunan Unification War and the protagonist's efforts to bring peace to a land torn apart by conflict. The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. First chapter is a full 3D remake of the original 2004 role-playing game developed by Nihon Falcom. This remake revitalizes the inaugural entry in the acclaimed Trails series, known for its intricate storytelling and expansive world-building. The game follows the adventures of Estelle Bright and her adopted brother Joshua as they journey through the kingdom of Liberal, aspiring to become senior bracers, members of a guild dedicated to maintaining peace and order. Their quest leads them into a complex web of political intrigue, uncovering conspiracies that threaten the stability of their homeland. Lost Soul Aside is an action-adventure RPG developed by Ultai Zero Games, notable for its origins as a solo project by developer Yang Bing. The game has garnered significant attention for its high-quality graphics and fast-paced combat, drawing inspiration from titles like Final Fantasy XV and Devil May Cry. Players embark on an epic odyssey to save humanity from dimensional invaders, engaging in dynamic battles that require chaining lightning-fast combos, learning new abilities, and upgrading weapons to confront formidable enemies and colossal bosses. Pokémon Legends ZA is an upcoming action RPG developed by Game Freak, serving as the second installment in the Pokémon Legends series following Pokémon Legends Arceus. Set entirely within Lumio City in the Kalos region, the game explores an urban redevelopment project aimed at creating a harmonious environment for both people and Pokémon. The narrative delves into the city's transformation, offering players an immersive experience in a familiar yet evolving setting. The game is expected to reintroduce the Mega Evolution mechanic, which allows certain Pokémon to temporarily evolve into more powerful forms during battles. Vampire. The Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is an upcoming action role-playing game set in the World of Darkness universe. Developed by the Chinese Room and published by Paradox Interactive, the game immerses players in the dark underworld of 21st century Seattle, where vampires vie for survival and dominance. Players assume the role of an elder vampire, choosing from various clans, each offering unique abilities and disciplines that influence gameplay and narrative choices. The game emphasizes player-driven decisions, allowing for multiple approaches to quests and interactions, all while maintaining the secrecy of vampire society known as the Masquerade.
Before I could even finish the song. How cruel.
Am I interrupting?
It's you. The Nomad.
Willem, I take it. You had some interesting guests outside. Expecting trouble?
That depends. Why?
Dragonkin. The Banished is an isometric action RPG developed by Echo Software and published by Nacon. Set in a world devastated by powerful dragons, players assume the role of one of 4 hero classes, embarking on a quest to hunt and defeat malevolent creatures spawned by the dragon's influence. The ultimate objective is to locate and eliminate the 4 ancestral dragons, thereby liberating the land from their tyranny. The game emphasizes cooperative gameplay, allowing players to team up and strategize in battles against formidable foes.
That the war against the dragons begins again.
Gothic 1 Remake is a modern reimagining of the classic 2001 action RPG, developed by Alchemia Interactive and published by THQ Nordic. The game transports players back to the mining colony of Khazan, where they assume the role of the nameless hero, a prisoner striving to survive amidst wild creatures and dangerous convicts. The remake aims to faithfully recreate the original's atmosphere while introducing a modernized combat system and enhanced graphics powered by Unreal Engine 5.
They deliver the ore. The king supplies them with everything they need. The new camp, however, thinks they can use the ore to blow up the barrier. And then there is the sect from the swamp. They believe that a mysterious new deity will free them from their prison. Thus begins your journey in the open world of the Valley of Mines. Creating Gothic Remake, we focus on the 4 pillars that we consider the core of the series. Simulation of a living world, exploration, story, and
Path of Exile 2 is the highly anticipated sequel to the acclaimed action role-playing game developed by Grinding Gear Games. Set years after the original, it introduces a new 6-act campaign, revamped skill systems, and enhanced graphics, aiming to elevate the ARPG experience. Players can explore the dark world of Rayclast, confronting new challenges and uncovering a rich narrative that builds upon the lore of its predecessor. The game features 12 character classes, each with unique ascendancy options, and introduces new weapons such as spears, crossbows, and flails, along with a redesigned passive skill tree boasting over 2,000 skills.
And I will do what I must.